Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunshine Tarot. And this is your general reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whatever area chart you're wanting to look at, for the month of May 2021 or whenever you led to it, if the title's pulled you here. So, as a general reading rules apply. Timing's far from absolute. Roles can be reversed if someone else turns up in the reading. Doesn't happen a lot with me, but it can happen because I see energies and actions more often than not. Now, where these are different to normal general readings, there's no take what resonates. It's a job lot. Take the lot or take none of it. There's a past and a present in this spread. And if the past and the present do not fit, then ignore it. Go and watch your moon or your rising. There is a link in the description down below as ever to go and get yourself a free birth chart if you don't know what your moon sign and your rising sign and your Venus signs are. But I imagine if you're watching this, then you probably already do know these things. There's also a link to the Facebook page down there for this channel. So I post these videos, obviously, because YouTube notifications suck. But also, I post the astrology weather report type videos that I watch. So I'm trying to make it a bit of a one-stop shop. More importantly, it's got an inbox. So if you want to contact me directly for a personal reading, that's a good way to do it. Is there anything else that I need to... I think that's my waffle. Oh, yes, ask a question. Take a moment, before I go into the cards, take a moment and think about all the questions that are around you. Pause if you need to. Focus on one of them. But be aware that... be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer what they want and they don't have the same sense of priority as you and I do. So be aware of all of them. But the focus is supposed to give energy to the process, and hopefully I return that energy to you in the forms of a useful reading. If not, go and watch your moon, go and watch your rising. Right, I think that is all my waffle now, and no computer errors so far, so you should have seen, no, that side, shuffle video in the corner. And let me bring the cards up now. So, right, Virgo, you're going through a bit of a transformation at the moment, aren't you? I mean, you're acutely aware of it. It is decision time. We've got the judgment card here on how you're feeling, clarified by a page of staves and the now. So you see yourself as facing some form of crossroads here. We've got the Guardian card out of the Wildwood Tarot, which actually translates as the Devil card. Do you cross this boundary? That's a distinct feeling I'm getting, especially with this page of staves. Is the information that you're... Now, this is not me asking you this question. This is the question I feel you are asking. Is the information I have reliable? Because I have a dream that I'm wanting to set forward with. There is some form of... Well, it could be a dream or it could be a love thing. You better not have made me do a love reading. I will not be happy with you, Virgo. But we've got, underneath the current situation, the Ace of Cups, which then you move into a period of time of the Two of Cups. So that can show an increase of a dream, an efficacy of a dream, but it also can be love offer that's accepted. You know, there's, or a coming together. But let's see what this Devil's on about here, because I always like to, I want that top card. I always like to clarify the Devil card, and it's the Two of Cups with Duke Salos. Because it is the love of women to men and men to women. How very heteronormative of him. But Duke Salos is great for working with love magic. Although, I would say Duke Salos is even better when it's open-ended love magic. And it's not just bring me the love of person A, but it's just bring me some love. End of story. Duke Salos has been doing this for eternity. He comes from a timeless realm. He knows what he's doing. You know, his judgment's going to be better than yours or mine. because he has a greater perspective. So that's the only way I personally approve of love magic, is when it is open-ended, when it is not aimed at a person, but it's just aimed at the universe, so to speak. But okay, so there's a trust issue going on here, which I have to wonder why, when you're okay at the moment, Virgo. You've got, yeah, look at this. King of Pentacles, King of Coins, and oh, you're okay. You're very okay. I'm all right, Jack. I'm all right on my own, Nine of Stones. Because you have been going through that change in time. You're well aware of, because I like this Nine of Stones, because it's got all the Nine of Pentacles vibes of working on your own, being secure in your own space, but also there's that shamanic transformative effect going on here. I mean, look at that stone circle at the back. And okay, that's moonrise going behind it, but it's moonrise. There's an ebb and a flow in this. And I think you've maybe had peak on your own time. And I'm not saying that as in, oh God, I'm all alone, I'm so lonely. I think that you are having the opportunity to spend this time on your own and benefiting from it. And now here comes some form of dream or some form of love is presented to you. And in that presentation, that is the end of the matter, Ten of Swords. So whether it's the end of the matter, it's the end of the matter whether you say yes or no. So I'm not saying that's a no. I'm saying that it is saying yes or saying no brings some situation to a close. Someone where you're able to, I think with this King of Bows, something that you are able to move forward on, and something where you can trust the combination of not just the information that you have, but with the how you feel about the information that you have. King of Bows here, it's all snakes. Now, I always think that bows are swords, and they're not. They're wands. So King of Wands is my favourite card, not this one. But I really love the energies that come from this. It normally makes me think of the Kundalini, whereas this time it's just making me think of serpent wisdom, which is derived from the Kundalini. So I'm not 100% saying the information that you have received is good. I am 100% saying the information that you have received, coupled with your reactions and senses about that information, is good. You know, because we have Bina from the Angelarium, the left eye of the Tree of Life, representing knowledge. But knowledge needs to be worked on, needs to be acted with. Because you've been patient long enough. You've been waiting for a chance of, am I going to cut this out, and am I going to stop this continuous heartache? Because it's almost like that there has been a burden you've been suffering under for ages and ages. And there's this sense of stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And every time you're about to go and change something, some crisis or some disaster happens, or some belief is shattered, which makes you go, oh no, do I do this? Do I do that? But that whole situation, whatever it is, it's been weighing you down. It's been really weighing you down, which is something that you have recognized recently. But I also feel that you have been recognized as being in this situation, and something has whispered to you there is a way out of this, and I think that way out has presented itself, and it is there now. So that way out of this burden, the path of that is spending that time on your own in a transformative experience. But that is to open yourself up to whatever offer it is that comes to you. Now, yeah, it's turned into a love reading, isn't it? It might not be. It might be a job thing. I hope it's a job thing. But we have also the angel of harmony. I live in harmony when I'm at one with the source. Now, that's interesting because out of the Anubis oracle, I pulled Isis. Holy Queen, Mother of us all, embodied manifestation of love. Can you see a theme here? But since I did that, since it was the Isis card, I also drew a card from the Isis oracle, and I got Goddess of 10,000 Names. Isis, the endless emanations of the priestess. Now, this card is all about recognizing your, or to put it in hippie terms, your multidimensional self. But we can put it in simpler terms than that, because you know that you're one person at work and you're another person when you're at home, and you're another person when you're out with your mates, and you're another person when you attend the doctor's surgery, and you're another person when you're in a legal environment or in an accountancy environment or in a nature environment, or you're off camping. These are all different facets of you. So yes, multidimensional self, because not one of those is you. They are you in motion. It's not that essential bit of you. And as long as you, what this card says is, as long as you don't get too attached to any of those roles, and you don't identify with them too much, because if you're a different person in all of these different situations, you know what? That's okay. That's allowed. It's natural. You're not going to be okay, let's put it in geek terms, but because this should explain it. You're not going to be a Care Bear supporting character in the middle of the Dalek invasion of Earth 2150. You know, there's an element of horses for courses. And that's okay. So you are allowed to change that role. You're going through some deep inner change, and that will mean that there's some outer changes that will occur, but they don't have to occur in all of your roles and all of your personas. They can occur in some of them, or they can generate new personas and new roles. But it doesn't mean you have to abandon the old ones or just turn around and say, yeah, not doing that anymore. Because, okay, you followed your intuition before and you felt that it led you to a better place, but that better place was unstable. So this is, I'm going to the relevant past, which could be distant, it could be last week, it could be 10 years ago, 20 years ago. It's where you've learned a lesson that is affecting your behavior right now, or where you learned a lesson that you need to remember right now and start using. So you followed your intuition before and it felt like it got you to a better place, but then everything got shattered. You've had that belief shattering thing, but there was collateral damage with this shattering, and it led you to a point where I need to go and heal and work out what I believe is the true value in things. So you leveled up in your own mind, which opened up a whole new world for you. And I want to say that that leveling up is not yet over. I rather feel that, I mean, obviously the leveling up is a constant and dynamic process, but I feel that what you're going through now is actually calling up a load of those old feelings, and therefore you are able to put those old feelings to rest. Yes, because when it's right, now I know what I need to value. I think that set you onto a new path, but yet again, so tower here, the blasted oak, but these are in the past, so don't worry, you haven't got a ton of there's one more tower because I'm using 3 decks, I don't know if it'll be in the Chinese tarot if it's appearing, and I ain't seen it yet, so don't worry. I think you're safe. So look at the hope and fears. What am I blind to? Can I make this decision? Is it all illusions? I think really only you can answer that one. But my own feeling is no, it's not illusions. As I say, it's not the information that you are presented with, but the information you are presented with combined with how you feel about that information, that is what's really going to empower your decision making, because you are the one who has the power in this situation, whatever that means. And there is somebody stood near you who is offering happiness, 10 of stones. God, it is a love reading, isn't it? Or it could be a boss offering you a job, let's put it that way. 10 of stones, and they are waiting on your decision or your transformation. And the thing is, I rather feel with that King of Cups there, that they're okay either way. If you say yes, great. And if you say no, oh well. Still great. Maybe not what I mean, most of us want, if an offer is put on the table, if we put an offer on the table, we want to hear the phrase yes rather than no. You know, it's apart from in the odd circumstance where you just want to make the offer and hope and go, oh, I hope they don't agree to this. But that's normally because it's been steered by some sense of the right thing to do. Whatever this offer is that's come to you, do not take this the wrong way. They do care what your response is, but they don't care whether it is a yes or a no. They want you to respond in the way that you feel is best for you. With that King of Cups, that's telling me that whatever your answer to this offer is, they'll be okay with it. You know, it's like those comments when you hear on dramas, although I've said it myself to friends of mine, whatever you do, I'll support you either way. And that's what I'm feeling. So if you say yes, they will support you. And if you say no, they will still support you. You know, but they do, there is that sense of, come on, make a decision now. So you're going to have to work out, yeah, look, Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. 6 of Arrows going into a better place. Knight of Swords, time to move quickly now. So this 9 of Stones isolation, it feels a bit like stretchy time. It feels a bit like that piece of time where maybe you just have one day to yourself. But you do so much inner work on that day or what have you, that it feels like it was a lot more. You know, it's like, God, I've got through a week's worth of time today. That's another good trick, actually. We talk to angels about stretching time. You know, if you know you've only got time for a 3-hour nap and you need 6 hours of rest, then say to the angels, I've only got 3 hours. Can you ensure I get 6 hours of sleep, worth of sleep within that 3 hours? It works. It will also catch up with you, but it works in the short term. Anyway, I'm digressing. But I do think that, actually, I don't think I'm digressing, because there is that sense of help is there if you request it. Now, this is, now can I? Quebsenuf, the hawk-headed fire spirit, one of the sons of Horus, very much associated with the stomach. He can, Quebsenuf can give you that fire energy to move forward. But I don't think that you're necessarily lacking on it, apart from you're enjoying going through this transformation. But bear in mind that this transformation, even though I did say it's a culmination of something that started a long, long time ago, In terms of a day-to-day thing, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you have to allow that end to occur. And that end occurs with you saying yes or saying no to whatever it is. My sense is that go for the option that feels right, that answers the best motives. And I don't know why that's important, really, apart from it is. We've got Pahalia here, who astrologically represents redemption. Now, whether that's for you or someone else is redeeming themselves in your eyes, that's an interesting one. But you're working, this Two of Cups tells me that you are working with someone, Hierophant, Heavenly Master, for the right reasons. But there is an urgency here. Knight of Swords here, Knight of Arrows here. Which is allowing you... What was I saying about urgency? The Chariot, the Sun, the happy, happy, joy, joy card. It's allowing you to redefine your dreams. Redefine what... you know how the Eight of Cups on the Ride Away is the guy walking off to the hills and leaving the Eight Cups behind him. This one, not so much. It's someone with the Eight Cups, but playing chess, also things going on in the background. Music going on in the background, for that matter. Oh. There's a sense here of being instructed, a sense of... It's not that you're abandoning your dreams, or that someone else is abandoning theirs. It's that they are finding new ways to express them. And that's because there is an urgency required to actually use those skills, use those dreams, put them into practice. So in a relationship terms, yeah, say yes already. In job terms, say yes already. Having said that, never let a tarot reader tell you what to do. This is a general reading. I know it's aimed for someone specifically, and if the right person gets to hear this, it will be pulling all the strings inside of their brain, heart, and soul. But bear in mind, remember what I said. King of Cups doesn't care if you say yes or if you say no. My own feeling is that I think it's a yes, but that might be just because I'm attaching certain conditions to a yes and certain conditions to a no. It could be just as liberating to say, you know what, you're right, I'm not going to do that. Which is a no, because you're not going to do it, but because you know what, you're right, is a yes. So that might be where the yes energy is coming from. You've still got to make your mind up. I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you that you don't lose anything through making this decision. You only gain. You gain more facets of yourself. You gain... You are... Well, maybe you're losing some stress. We've got the release card out of the Queen of the Moon Oracle. There's a sense of setting things right without there necessarily being a sense of things being wrong in the first place. Now, the final outcome cards here, we've got the Five of Swords, the Knight of Coins, and the Woodward, which is the Hermit, I think. Yeah, it's the Hermit. This is telling me about by making the decision, you ground your own inner light and turn it into something practical. That's the whole point that we're here on this 3D realm, you know, to do practical things, to do things, you know, is but you're also, by making that decision, you are... I'm trying, because I don't like this card because it's an Egyptian slaver. So obviously I'm uncomfortable with all the ideas of it. But it really does give me the sense of, especially with that King of Swords that I saw somewhere around here, um, that you are restraining something that needs restraining by making the decision. Again, whether it's a yes or a no. And the Hermit is telling me that you might be doing this decision on your own. But of course, you're doing this decision on your own. It's your decision. But the Knight of Coins is telling me that you aren't grounding it. You're worried that you're blind to something, that you haven't got all the information that you need. Can you make this decision? We've already discussed that pile. Yes, you do have all the information that you require. So the answer is, does this cup that's been presented to you, does it, I mean, we've got the Starseed card, what lights you up, but does it put a fire in your belly? Because that's what Quebsenuf is. Quebsenuf is the fire in your belly, and that's probably where that phrase came from in the first place. I have no idea if that's true or not, but it sounds right. The other thing is with this Martyr card. Oh, now I think I want to look it up because there's a specific sentence that I can't quite remember. But the Martyr is someone who cares for people here. Now there's a story, well, it's the Mausolea, there's a story behind all of them. But I've got a funny feeling that she led a pious life, but didn't observe the respect of the gods, and therefore they went, yeah, you're not coming into heaven. You did great things, but yeah, you didn't do the right great things. Let's have a look. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. Of course, I can't actually find it on the time I'm looking. Oh, here we are. No, I'm getting confused. But I do feel that nurturing aspect, and there is that nurturing aspect. In Mausolea, the affliction of blindness represented a blindness of the soul, because obviously this is an afterlife, a fictional afterlife. Mortals who in life believe themselves extremely keen-sighted may find themselves so stricken upon their death if they live their lives in ignorance and illusion, their actions untempered by pity and compassion. It is the task of the martyr to care for these souls. There we go. To guide them to reflection upon their sins, redemption, shame at their previous selves, and restitution through thoughtful service and care for others. Okay, that indicates some sense of guilt, that redemption card. And I think that guilt is for striving for something that you wanted all in the past, and, you know, being led to it, getting to a better place, and then it all falling down. And it's like, oh, did it all fall down because I got here? No, it could have just all fallen down anyway. The redemption isn't even forgiving yourself here. The redemption is just going, that happened. Let's make sure it doesn't happen again. I think that is there's if you contributed towards the collapse of something through your idealism, then just make sure that doesn't happen again. You know, be aware and be idealistic. And that's what that Goddess of 10,000 Names is saying, because you can be all of those things and more. Anything else from there? The Martyr invites us to look clearly upon ourselves and our deeds and see the blindness in our souls, blindness that you're sort of aware of with that Two of Swords in the hopes and fears pile, so that we may not be eternally stricken. Yeah, there's cheerful for you. But like I say, it's not just the knowledge that you've received. It is the knowledge and your reaction to it. But the knowledge is fairly good at the moment. You can have that motivation to say yes or no to whatever this offer is. But you do need to say, yes or no. But you're going to be supported either way. I hope that makes sense for you, Virgo, because I feel like there should be more, but there isn't. I've exhausted all of the cards, and let's face it, there's but 2 of Cups here, 2 of Cups here. If it is a love offer, say yes, but don't allow a tarot reader to tell you what to do. Theoretically, these readings are here to confirm to you stuff that you already know. And I think the one thing that you do already know is it's time to pull your finger out and make a decision. Ha ha ha. That's what I might call the reading. Pull your finger out, Virgo. Just because I'm feeling mean. All right. Yeah, smash that like button, as Philly D would say, because it does help the channel and it does help the video get seen. Thank you for any returning subscribers, and feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, because it does help the channel. And yeah, that's it. Good luck, Virgo. And you can, whatever you choose to do, you can do it. Cheers.